iPhone 15 cases are in, so we're gonna do a full rundown on how to get set up and start shooting with your LiteChaser 15 system. So the Defender plates are gonna come pre-installed, ready to go. You're gonna just take your phone, like you do every other case, and just slide it right on in there. It's gonna fit in nice and snug. Full protection around all the edges this year, so we're super stoked on that. A lot of requests for that. Defender plate. So when you're ready to start shooting, all you need to do is push this gold button right here. That's gonna be the release button, and it's gonna slide right off the case just like that. So it's really clean installation and removal, and this is gonna allow you to, one, either take the Defender plate off, start shooting like this with the native lenses, or install any of the adapters that you might have purchased. So starting with the UV filter, this thing's just gonna slide right on into place where your Defender plate came off. Same exact operation. So you're gonna, if you wanna remove it, just press that button, slides right off. UV filter is pretty sick. You can leave it on there full time if you want. It's a pretty scratch resistant lens, so you're gonna be able to pull it out of your pocket, start shooting, while always making sure that those lenses are clear. Also, it's really easy to just wipe this one surface element rather than having to clean all three, but kind of just personal preference of how you like to shoot. And then you can remove the UV filter and install, say, the 67mm plate. And once you do that, you can install any 67mm filter that you want. Like if you have a 67mm PM-VND, now you're locked and loaded, ready to shoot with your VND filter. Or you can unthread your 67 and put on a 67 to 82mm filter adapter. And then this is gonna allow you to connect any 82mm filter to your LiteChaser 15, or the world famous, attaching the Recon map box. So you can charge at least 20% more for your productions. So you got the Recon base on here, and then the map box just snaps right on top here, and you got your map box on your iPhone 15. And enough of that. We're gonna take the map box off now. We're gonna unthread everything, and then we will show you how to set up the grip. So we'll take off the adapter as well. Okay, so if you did order the grip's going to install right onto these rails here. You can adjust where you want that grip located. But to get the grip on, it's basically a push button, but in order to get the grip to fully extend, you're gonna need to slide this button up and then depress the button fully, and that's gonna give you full extension on the arms. And the reason we do that is because once it's on here, you can't just accidentally push this button and have that release. You have to consciously slide the button up and then push it down. So it's kind of a two-stage locking system. So we got the grip on here, and that grip's actually gonna come with a cap, but I've already got it removed because I'm going to install the Bluetooth shutter. So if you don't have the Bluetooth shutter, this is what your grip's gonna look like. You've got the cold shoe up here, so you can actually install like an external SSD if you wanna run that to your phone, so you can record externally to that, or you could do a light or whatever you want. You could do a little bridge so it comes up and splits into two if you want to run an SSD rig and something else, whatever you want to do, completely up to you. But in order to install the Bluetooth shutter, which is pretty solid if you do get it, it makes life a lot easier. There's going to be a plate you remove with Bluetooth shutters going to thread right onto this quarter 20, the metal helix coil in there. You just take your Bluetooth shutter, there's a flap, you pull that flap up, you're gonna see the hex screw. You're gonna just set that right onto the grip. Then you're just gonna take your 5mm hex and thread that thing right on, and you're fully locked on, ready to go. In order to pair it with your phone, you're just gonna turn it on. So when you turn it on, you're gonna see the green light start to flash there, and that means that it's gonna be in pairing mode. We're gonna go to our settings, and then we're gonna open up the Bluetooth connections, and we will see right before our very eyes the LCP BT shutter. Gonna connect to that, pair it. Now we're all set. This thing's all ready to go, and we can start shooting when we open our native camera app or other third-party apps. This button's just gonna release the shutter. And once we got that grip on there and all rigged up, we're ready to go from that aspect. All right, now let's go over the LiteChaser 13 and 14 adapter, and that's just gonna be to convert your 13 and 14 LiteChaser filters to the 15. And in order to do that, what we need to do is remove this back plate with the two little teeth on it from the 13 and 14 filters. And you're gonna do that just by rotating them counterclockwise and unthreading this back plate. And then you're just gonna thread this right onto your new 15 adapter. And then once that's threaded on, this whole thing's just gonna slide right onto the new 15 mount system, and you're ready to go with your 13 and 14 LiteChaser filters on the new 15. And I actually like to leave a plate on the back of each of my LiteChaser 13 or 14 filters just because it makes it a lot easier. This kind of just goes right back in the plastic hard case that it ships in, and then you can just pop it out, slide it right back on. You don't have to worry about unthreading it and re-threading it each time, but that's totally up to you. Also, same kind of thing with the 67mm. If I'm shooting with the PMV&D a bunch, I'm probably just gonna have maybe a couple 67mm adapters, and this whole thing's gonna fit in the plastic case that it ships with. So I'm just gonna leave the backs, the adapters on the filters. That way I can just pop them out of the case and then just slide them right here onto the 15 and start shooting. I don't have to worry about threading and unthreading. But again, that's totally up to you how you rig out your system. That's pretty much it. LiteChaser 15 in a nutshell. Stoked to get all these colors out to you guys. They're awesome. Really nice fit and finish. We're stoked on them. Hopefully you guys are too. If you have any questions, drop a comment below or shoot us an email. I'm Jeff. We'll see you on the next one.